And we are live, and one day Eddie's going to show up on time. Look, there he is.
Woo, he's on time today.
Hey, Maligator Mom.
Hello. Hello. How are you guys?
I was brushing my teeth because I knew you'd be here.
The one and only. Maligator Mom is in the house.
She's in the house.
Who's going to be the first
here?
Oh, good question. Fairly Rose.
What? Oh, no. Raul's sick. You know
Yeah.
Raul, Maligator Mom?
I don't.
Raul and Paul and
He's
Lynn.
a big fan of yours, and he'll be here.
Maybe I do, and I don't recall the name. Or I actually. So here's the thing. I don't remember a lot of people by their human name. I remember their dogs' names, and not their owners' names a lot of times.
In our first house, we would go walking in the neighborhood, and we didn't know anybody. And they'd have a dog.
Yeah.
And we remember them by their dog's name. It's like,
right.
Butch. What were the parents? I don't know. They were.
And Maligator, where are you joining us from?
Where am I joining you from?
Yeah, where are we at?
Oh. I'm in my secret office here away from all the kids and dogs so I can have some quiet to sit down with you guys right now. So I literally have the door locked. So hopefully there will be no interruption.
Tennessee?
Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. That's where we are, just outside of Nashville.
What's the little banner behind you there?
My husband is he's a software engineer. So he's got all kinds of like awards and
He's
stuff.
a good one.
Yeah. He is. He's very talented. Very lucky.
See that? Carved out of wood? Is that what that is?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I was like a little.
Oh.
I thought that was a school or something.
Yeah, you had no idea. We're gonna find every little thing we can and pick
I
up.
know. I'm like, shoot, I didn't think about what I had back here.
You got something right here too.
Do I?
No,
Oh, no.
you don't.
Oh, you guys are such brats. I knew I was in for some trouble today.
So we have Maligator Mom on today, and we're going to talk about dogs that puke, the green bile, the just everything digestive, upset tummy stuff that brought her to Munster and introduced Riot to us. And she's been in the Munster family now for since last year, right before Christmas?
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so we're going to get into that here in a second. First, do you know?
Yes, I do. I recognize the Instagram account names. It's easier for me. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with names. I know your dog. I've seen a million pictures of your dogs. We know Lynn. Hey, Lynn.
Hey, his dog's doing well. His leg's getting healed after surgery. That's great news.
Wonderful news. So glad to hear that.
Okay. We have a question for you. It's a serious question.
A serious question?
Serious question.
Okay. Let me get serious.
No.
Do you know that when you die, your pupils are the last body part to stop working? And do you know why that is?
Oh my gosh. I don't know why that is. I suspect it's a dad joke coming my way.
It's because they dilate.
That's excellent. You did not disappoint. You did not disappoint, Mitch.
Thanks, everybody, for coming to the show.
It's over. All right. It was nice talking to you.
It's my last show. Last one ever. Do you know where pirates get their hooks?
Oh.
Eddie
I'm not
knows.
clever enough. Nope. You got to tell me.
The secondhand store.
It's great.
I don't know that one. I was trying to get R. In
This is why we're here. We're here for these dad jokes. I'm telling you. It's what brings me back every week.
I'm really glad that I'm doing this because ever since quarantine started, I was really only doing inside jokes. Oh.
Very good. Very nice.
Thank you. I'm done. I may have one more later, but right now I'm done. Okay. Maligator Mom. Do we call you Maligator Mom? What do we call you?
You can call me that or you can call me Kay. My name is Kay, for those of you that don't know.
Wow. Did we just break the news
She
here?
has a real name.
Yeah.
I do, believe it or not.
For a year and a half, we've been trying to figure out her name, and now we know.
There you go. She's real. That's why you watch this show.
Yes.
About stuff like that.
This insider information.
That's
Yes.
right.
So tell us about Riot. Tell us what happened. How did you get to the point to where you were like needing something different, something new?
Yeah, absolutely. So Riot is my Belgian Malinois. And he always was kind of a picky eater. I always had a hard time getting him to like a food consistently for more than like literally 2 or 3 months at a time. And then he would always be throwing up yellow bile. And it wasn't just in the morning, like a lot of cases can be. It was all throughout the day, different times of the day. This was obviously concerning to me. I had a hard time keeping weight on this dog. He was very lean. And so I would take him into the vet. They would tell me, clean bill of health. He's great. He looks great. There's nothing wrong with your dog. It's probably a food allergy. You should try to identify. And we would try that out. No luck. No luck consistently with that. And so basically, I just kind of resigned myself to thinking, well, I'm going to just keep cycling through different foods until I maybe find something that works for him. And I tried really, really high-end expensive foods that I had to custom order. I tried raw food, making it myself. I tried pre-made raw. I tried combinations of the two. And I would see a result, you know, for like a couple months at a time. He would be okay. It would kind of even out and that bile would go away, but then it would come right back, like out of nowhere. And so I wasn't getting any kind of consistency to making sure he was feeling better. And he also still really wasn't gaining any weight. And so literally as a last ditch effort, I found your guys' food online, and I'm trying to remember how I found it. I don't know if it was like through an Instagram ad maybe that I saw it. I don't remember where I saw it. But I realized that it was customizable. And I was like, whoa, that's really interesting. So I clicked on it and I realized that I could have a ton of control over my dog's diet by feeding Munster. I could control the calories. I could control what I was putting in and taking out of his food. The fact that it was all holistic was great for us. I had a hard time doing the grain-free thing because I wanted my dog to have some grain in his diet. So I was glad that that was an option. And so I ordered it. And for the first, I believe my first order ever, I tried probiotic, salmon oil, and freeze-dried elk. I think those were my first 3 additives the first time I ever ordered. And got the first bag, tried it out. Oh, and bacon fat. I added bacon fat that first time too. Got the first order, and I remember filling his bowl and going to put it in front of him, and it was the first time I'd ever seen this dog excited over food. He was drooling. Like, I have video of it. I mean, I videotaped it with my phone because I was like, I cannot believe how excited he is to eat this food. Like, it had my heart exploding because we had really been through it with him. And so I put the food on the floor and he devoured this food, and we literally haven't looked back since. He doesn't throw up bile anymore. We have no more issues. He's gained weight. He's filled out nicely. Like, I kind of want to do a before and after picture to show literally what this dog transformed into, because it was within a matter of 3 months, he had gained weight, filled out, his coat was shiny and soft and beautiful. He wasn't throwing up anymore. Like, it was a miracle for us. It was a food that literally changed my dog's life. So I'm always super, super happy to share that story and tell everybody I possibly can, like, hey, you need to try out this dog food. Because I think it's hard sometimes for people to switch dog foods. That's a big choice to make, you know?
Okay, we didn't catch any of that. Can you start from the beginning?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. No.
That really probably takes some stress off of you as well. I mean,
yeah, for sure. It's not easy seeing your dog not feel well, you know?
Mm-mm.
Well, 1, thank you for sharing the story.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And 2, just real quick, anyone that's joined in since we started, she has a name, Kay. She's also known as Maligator Mom, and she is a little bit of a celebrity on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. What's your handle is Maligator Mom.
It's just Maligator Mom across all platforms. Yeah.
So go give her a follow on TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Look up Maligator Mom because she does constant training tips. So yes. She's an awesome trainer, and she's got how many Malinois you had? 3 or 4? I have 3. I have 3 puppies. Well, they're not puppies, I guess, anymore. Yeah. I think they're my puppies. And they'll sit on their own beds. She can tell them when to get off. They're just super well-behaved dogs. And they also serve like protection for you, right? Like you can actually
Yes.
train them for protection. So
You
anytime
should send Grandpa Joe there.
We can teach Grandpa Joe a thing or two, I bet.
You think so?
He's an alarm. He barks when someone comes in the door. So
I would like to send him to boot camp because
There you go.
everyone said that the golden doodle is supposed to be a smart dog, but I'm not so sure. But they also say they imitate their owners, so it could be an indictment. So yes, go follow Maligator Mom. Awesome advice all the time. Does anybody have any questions for Maligator Mom? Because she's here, she can answer them. One of the things we were talking about was the dogs were throwing up the bile and just having trouble regardless of what you changed them to. And sometimes they would do well for 2 or 3 weeks, right?
No, a couple months or so at a time. They'd be okay. Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times, and you tell me what you think of this, but a lot of dogs have leaky gut. And so that's when the gut lining is actually kind of loosened and it gets kind of permeable. And so whatever food they're eating at that time will set off as an allergen because it's actually going through the intestinal wall and entering the bloodstream. And so it sets off histamines to be produced by the body and just causes terrible reactions. And sometimes it can induce vomiting in the dog. When you switch diets, so you actually change the ingredients, you're putting something else in the dog that the body hasn't developed that issue with. And so it slows the inflammation down for a little bit. And then once they realize, okay, this isn't good either, we don't like this, it sets it off again. So the number one thing you have to do is rebuild that gut. And starting with things like bone broth and probiotics make a tremendous, tremendous difference. And so it's when you said, hey, 2-3 weeks, everything would be great and then it would happen again.
Yeah.
You think of the whole leaky gut situation.
yeah, you got to fix that
Right.
first.
Yeah, you got to start at the root,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Start at the root. I didn't used to be into facial hair, but it kind of grew on me.
Oh,
it's another one.
caught her off guard. Caught her off guard. And for those of you watching that don't know, it is a special day too.
It is?
Yes. It's Maligator's birthday.
What?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
Birthday. Go every one of her TikToks, just go down the line and
Let's
say
not
happy
sing
birthday.
for her.
Eddie wants to sing.
Let's not sing for her.
I think we should have a vote. Does everyone want Eddie to sing for her? Let us know if you want Eddie to sing for her. And she also called us ahead of time and said we need to give something away free on my birthday.
Yeah.
So we're giving away free probiotics to anyone that customizes an order.
Yay.
Maligator Mom or Kay cares about the dog and she wants to end throw up, end diarrhea, and have a healthier, stronger pup.
Yes.
Because what happens when you fix the intestines, Kay? What else happens?
Oh my gosh, their energy increases, their coat gets shiny, they're healthy, their teeth are in better condition. Gut health is super, super important to a dog's well-being.
And what do you do? So what kind of treats do you feed? What's your favorite? I know you love our beef liver. Do you
Boy.
anything
Yeah.
else?
Beef liver treats are literally the number one high value reward in our house now since we've come across them. Like all of the dogs really love the beef liver treats. But honestly, I don't necessarily have a favorite in that sense. I always say whatever works for your dog. Some dogs really like chicken or cheese or hot dogs. I'm less about, I know this is going to be hard for you to hear, but I'm actually less about like the health of the treat and more about the value to the dog, depending on what you're doing. But if you can get the best of both, that's ideal. And that's why I use beef liver treats, because they're healthy, but they're also a very high value reward.
And what do you use when you have to give your dog medicine? That's another good question that I've had a lot of people ask.
Oh, I always just fold it up in a piece of Kraft cheese.
Yeah.
And
Just smash
give it right to them. And like Malinois are not difficult in that sense. They'll eat whatever I hand them. So I don't have any problems there.
Wow, I wonder if Abby's a Malinois.
I don't
She'll
think
eat
so.
anything I hand her too.
Yeah, there you go.
She doesn't seem to be quite as athletic.
Hey,
She's
she's
sweet
not here
dog.
to defend herself.
She's not. And she probably wouldn't.
She wouldn't.
She'd roll over and say, "Pet my belly." So Eddie's got how old is she? 12?
She's 12.
12-year-old black lab.
Oh, labs are great. We love labs.
She's a cutie.
She's got a similar facial hair to Eddie now.
Yes, she does.
Oh, she got a gray muzzle
She's
now?
got a gray, yeah.
Oh, cute.
Gave it to me.
And what do you do for chewers?
For chewers? Oh, I'm a big fan of Kong. Big fan of Kong, especially this brand new line of product they come out with. It's very similar to the Billabong, but I was having some problems with the Billabong getting too sharp because of the shape of the toy. They would chew them into really sharp points. I was finding blood around the house because they were chewing and cutting their mouths up. So the Kong has a very similar product. It's made out of bamboo, so it's that nice hard chew for very aggressive chewers. But the shape of their toys is a little bit smarter, and the dogs aren't able to chew those into those sharp points. So I'm a big fan of Kong. My dogs also like raw turkey necks. I know that might be kind of gross to some people, but they really like those a lot. And so, yeah, I would just say stay away from rawhide and that kind of thing. That's not good for your dog.
Did you get a chance to try any of our Himalayan dog chews?
I did. They sent me one, and we gave it a try, but I wasn't sure. Is it supposed to be put in water first, or do you give it to them?
Just
no.
Like
Okay. All right. Because I gave it to Storm because Storm's kind of she's in that chewy stage. She's about a year old. She absolutely loved that. But it caused some problems because I had one and I had 3 dogs. So I had to go let her have it in her crate.
Oops.
All the dogs were trying to fight over it. So, but yeah.
Man, well, next time we'll send 3. And then, did you know when they get down to that little bitty piece, if you put them in the microwave, it'll puff up like a giant Cheeto puff?
That's what somebody was saying. And I think I missed that. No, I need to try that though.
It'll like triple/quadruple the size of it. And then
it get soft?
Soft-ish. You still have to like break it, but it will crumble.
Awesome.
So
I did notice that it wasn't stinky, which I'm a big fan of. I don't like stinky chew stuff. And I don't like stuff that stains my carpet or my couch because I have white rugs and white couches. And so it's like it can't stink, it can't stain my stuff. Like I have some priorities, and that checked all those boxes. So
Allie has a question for you.
Yes.
She wants to know the Malinois that was found in the trash can that you saved.
Yes.
Can we get an update?
Yeah, so he or she, it was a little female pup. She has been placed with a home, and I'm actually filming the video tomorrow. He's here in Tennessee, so he is up visiting, and we're gonna do a whole video and give an update video. We're gonna film it tomorrow, so I'm really excited. But the pup is doing absolutely amazing.
That is awesome. So I don't know if everyone here knows the backstory. You want to give them a quick?
Yeah, a little quick rundown. There was a 9-week-old Malinois puppy that was found in a dumpster in the heat of the Arizona summer. So I can only imagine how terrible that was. We don't know who dumped her or why they dumped her, but she was found and taken into a vet, got immunizations and a clean bill of health, and she's perfectly fine. So there was no real reason that she was dumped other than I guess they just didn't want her. And unfortunately, we see that a lot with Malinois. A lot of times people will get a Malinois puppy and they're in a little over their head and the dog is a bit much. And so a lot of times they get dumped. And I think this might have been the situation for this little puppy. So so they found her and brought her out to me, and I vetted a home for her and found her a good place.
That is such good news.
Yes, it was a happy ending.
Yeah,
happy ending.
It was a very cool story. It's July 4th, right?
Yeah, on the 4th of July. Yep.
And someone brought that dog like across the country for you?
All the way, yes. John Gotta, who is also an absolutely amazing trainer. And if you guys aren't following him as well, Gotta Train. He's on TikTok and Instagram, and I think he's starting a YouTube channel too. So stay tuned for that. But he brought that dog all the way from Arizona where he is. He flew it out to me on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
So that we could make sure that we could find her a good home. It was amazing. It was really cool.
Wow. And he just rescued another dog.
Yes.
A puppy named Wreck.
Wreck.
Wreck. Yeah.
And he earns that name, I think. He is a little feisty fella.
He's got some attitude. But
yes, he does.
I think he can fix it.
What kind of dog is Wreck?
He looks like a little Chihuahua mix or something.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. He's a little guy. He's a little guy.
Big eyes.
Little Napoleon complex.
It's a lot of complex.
Yes. he picked him up here while he
Yep.
was here visiting me. He picked him up here and
No way.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
not
Wow.
from me, but here and
Just-
now.
Oh, without a dog. Yeah, I found him in Kay's closet.
Right.
Got it.
So we have a question. What causes the yellow bile?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. I
You know.
honestly don't know. It's probably better suited for you. I mean, I just assume it's like a sour tummy, right? Like the same it would be for when your kids are got a sour tummy or something.
Yeah, so typically, like what's causing that yellow bile, sometimes dogs don't do well having an empty stomach. So there's certain dogs that need food constantly.
Yes.
Going through, and a lot of times that's actually from having a leaky gut syndrome, because if something can get out of the gut, it can also get into the gut.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of made to do one thing by nature, right? And so anytime you disrupt what nature intended for something, it's going to have consequences. So it could be a factor of the leaky gut. It could also be what you're feeding the dog. And so not every dog food works for every single dog out there.
Right.
Believe it or not, there's been 1 or 2 dogs that didn't love Munster.
What?
I know. We got those people new dogs right
I don't
away.
believe that.
We got them new dogs.
Gotta get a new dog. Are you sure those weren't cats?
Typically, that is a sign of an unhealthy digestive system, and so we have to start fixing it, incorporating bone broth, salmon oil for inflammation, and probiotics.
Yeah.
And all of our foods also have what's called Zinproavalamins in them, and so it's a high quality organic mineral. And what those minerals do is they actually encourage tissue growth. And so the gut wall actually gets thicker and thicker when you feed our food with the Zinproavalamins in it. And the thicker the wall, the stronger the stomach lining is, the less leaky gut that you have. And just really kind of focusing on the core as it works. And then finding out, is your dog a dog that needs to eat once a day or twice a day or 3 times a day? Because they're all different too.
Yeah.
100 years ago, none of them needed to eat more than once every 2 or 3 days. But we've kind of changed them a little bit. So you kind of got to figure out what works for your dog.
Yes, for sure.
Let's see what else we have here. I feed my bullies Greek yogurt for that. Yeah. Hey, if that's what works, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. What about bone growth? I need that. Calcium. And all of our foods have plenty of calcium in them. And the Zinpro is also great for that too, because it provides tissue growth. It doesn't just do it everywhere, or it doesn't just do it in one spot. It's everywhere. So what a lot of pet food companies have done in the past is they've used cheap minerals, and it doesn't allow the tendons and ligaments to grow at the same rate as the bones. And so if you look at like a 14-year-old kid's knees, the easiest way to see this, when they start going through puberty, all of a sudden you see that bump right there below the kneecap. It's because the tendon is actually not growing as fast as what the bones are. And as it stretches, it actually starts to pull the bone up. And I think they call it Osgood-Schlatter's disease.
Wow.
And so when you have these dogs, especially an athletic dog like a Malinois or a large breed, you've got to have that organic mineral complex in there. Otherwise, you can have joint problems for life, and it's done in the first 9 months.
I've seen that, big swollen joints and stuff in puppies, even these working dog puppies.
Yep, absolutely. And we've healed birds' guts for sure. Well, if you read that too fast
first,
yeah.
I was like, bird food, but then I saw it was a capital B.
Yeah.
That's where my mind went too. I was like, what's bird food? I don't know that.
Allie knows bird. So Allie knows bird.
Okay.
So quick reminder, Maligator Mom, follow her on social media at Maligator Mom, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. She does all of them. It is her birthday today.
Yes.
And because it's her birthday, we're giving away free probiotics with the coupon code Maligator. So buy a bag of food, use the enhancement, get the enhancement probiotics.
But don't hit buy it now. I mean, because we got one more offer, right?
We have one more offer. Oh, yes.
So put that in your cart and then
put that in your cart and smoke it.
Always a probiotic, no matter what.
Then we've got
go ahead, Eddie.
Picky Pet Promo.
A Picky Pet Promo.
Picky Pet Promo. That's right. 30%
Say that 10 times.
Picky Pet Promo. Picky Pet Promo. Picky Pet Promo.
Oh, she's so much. She should be here.
She quit after 10.
Right? So 30% off beef liver, Picky Eater, Cody Kibble Project, Picky Eater, Sensitive Dog, and Picky Kitty.
And when he's saying Cody Kibble Project, it's the kibble that we pre-coat with all these awesome things like bone broth, salmon oil, coconut oil, probiotics, and we incorporate freeze-dried raw into it as well.
Right. So if you're not sure what to customize or which food to pick, try the Coated Kibble project. It's kind of an entry into customized dog food.
Yes.
Yep.
You've got some fans trickling in here, Kay. Bill says hello.
Hello, Bill.
And yes, it is great for older dogs. And like Eddie said, that Coated Kibble project, sensitive tummy, 30% off. Let's put that coupon code back up there for people real quick. Picky Pet Promo.
Yeah.
Picky Pet Promo. I'm going to change this real quick so that we can show some comments.
We thought about just PPP, but. And you have to put those codes in.
There we go. That's going the whole time.
There we go. Look at that. That's fancy.
Isn't it?
You guys got it all figured out.
I don't know about that, but we try hard. My Roddy is on the large breed Ancient Grains, and he seems to be a little underweight. I feed him 3.5 cups of food daily and snacks. He's almost 2 and only 86 pounds. So the simple thing to do there, Cindy, would just be to feed him a little bit more, and you might want to feed him more often. So you may break it up into different feedings for him. If you're feeding him 2 times a day, you might try 3 times a day. You could also consider making one of those meals just straight freeze-dried, so doing a raw meal.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And what you'll have from that is just 100% nutrient availability. You're not going to cause an insulin release at all, and get a lot of the protein digested so it can continue building those muscles. So incorporate some beef liver into the diet. And then on the food side of it, if you're not doing coconut oil or salmon oil or bacon fat, I would encourage you to look at adding one of those as well. You know, that large breed kibble is a little tricky because it is so much bigger when it goes into the cup. Sometimes you can, if you scoop the cup 2 different times, you may get different amounts of it, different amounts of calorie, just because of the way the kibble fills the cup.
Right.
So sometimes you want to kind of actually weigh that one out.
Yeah.
Has any human eaten your food?
Oh boy, that's a question for Mitch.
Excellent question.
One time.
Human.
Yeah. You know, I wonder if that's one of my kids jumping in. I think that might be. Okay. OMG, thank you so much. Now I can order the seniors more coated kibble. Yes. Say thank you, Maligator Mom, because we're here to talk digestion with her. Eddie, can I use multiple promos on one order?
Yes, I was just going to reply to Jose.
What?
I was just getting ready to do that.
So many discounts.
Yes, on this one, they can. Both Maligator and
as long as you go follow her on TikTok and Instagram.
As long as you do that. If you don't
do
that,
tell her happy birthday in the comments.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Look at that. Cindy just added bacon fat.
There we go.
Very nice, Cindy. I need to get on auto ship, trying to gauge the time frames. He eats less of this food than his previous kibble, so I'm trying to figure out the right time frame. That's common, Bill. We hear that a lot. A lot of times our food has about 20% more calories per cup, and so you're able to feed less. The good thing with our auto ship is you can go in and edit it at any time. So you can go delay it. You can change the frequency of it.
You can add something, take something away.
You don't have to call and talk to Paul in Ohio. You can just log in and get it done. Or you can call Robin. Robin is awesome. A lot of you have probably talked to Robin.
Who's not in Ohio.
Yes. Cindy says hi. You find that comments. We felt like we should relay that here.
I think that counts. Okay, go use the promo.
Yes.
So this is good for Cindy? No, Melissa. Cindy Pruden Birds.
Melissa's talking about Bird, her dog, who
Right.
was 50 pounds and was eating 4 cups a day of the large breed and not gaining a lot. She's gaining 2.5 to 3 cups on the Coated Kibble project.
Yeah.
So you might want to change to the Coated Kibble project, Cindy. That could be something to look at.
And try it now because it's 30% off, or at least 2 of them are.
And Allie's really working for that raise. Super. But she's right, 100%. Yes, if you have questions, Robin is a rock star and she will help you out. Extension 103.
There she is.
Her cell phone number is.
Oh
no. Hey, Kate, I had one more question for you.
Yes.
Do you know what they call prisoners, like what prisoners call it when they take their own mugshot?
I feel like if I had time to think about these, I could figure them out. But
okay, we're going to give you time, and we'll go to the next question.
That means I'm just Googling it with my phone off.
I should have thought of that.
Oh, hey, do we have flax-free questions that we want to ask?
Do we have flax-free questions we want to ask? Yeah, I guess. So the question is, everybody's loving the flax-free, and we've got them in 40-pound bags, right? But they're also wanting to know, when can we customize and when can we get it on auto ship?
Yep.
So we can't do that with the 40-pound bags because of our mixer right now, but we could do it in a 30-pound bag. So what does everybody think about moving the flax-free to a 30-pound bag so that we can make it available for custom and auto ship?
Kay has no opinions on that.
I mean, the more options, the better, honestly. The easier that you guys can make it on people, that's my vote. Yeah,
some breeders like the flax-free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and they've requested it for a long time, and we finally got it. And now, what have you done? They want to customize it because they love customizations.
Right. It makes sense.
Cindy, even though you got the large breed coming, which I think is okay, go ahead and get some coated kibble now, and you can start incorporating it in.
Right.
And
yeah, just mix them for a while.
Just mix them.
Abby, she gets whatever's at the mill.
Yep.
Did somebody open something today to try it? I'm like, I'll take it.
Samantha, call Robin. Look, scroll up in the comments. Robin's phone number's there, extension's there. Call her. She will get that fixed for you. Promise. Okay. While we're looking for this, Maligator Mom, what is the worst mess your dogs have ever created in your house?
Oh, I don't think you want to know.
Well, I'll tell you mine.
Not including bile.
I mean, it's not necessarily bile.
Did it come from the stomach at some point?
It did. It did indeed. Okay. So I guess it's not that bad. Do you guys know what a Roomba is? Those vacuums that go around the house. Okay, so I have a Roomba because I have dogs, so it's kind of a necessity with 3 dogs. I did not realize that one of my dogs had made a poo-poo mess, and my Roomba was going, and all of a sudden I smell this horrid smell that was just, I mean, it makes your eyes water, and I'm like, oh no. And literally this Roomba had smeared this mess all over. It was really bad. It was
so
really,
it wasn't the dog's fault. It was the Roomba.
It was really bad. Like, there's no way to describe it other than really, really bad.
It happened in my house once.
The Roomba?
The Roomba?
Twice, actually.
Oh, gosh.
And, fortunately, my lovely bride was at home without me, and she had to clean it.
Yeah, I got that job too.
Yeah. When I got home, I had to take the Roomba apart. I think we have the Shark. We had the knockoff. But I had to take every little piece apart, and we just threw a bucket of soapy water for like a week. And even then, we dumped it out, and I just let it lay in the driveway for like another week. It just did not want to go near it. It stank so bad.
Yeah, it never really, the smell, like you couldn't really fix it.
Yes.
Then you ran over it and bought a new one?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh man, she lost a couch.
What?
No.
She didn't like Mike Lindell's pillow. It's because it wasn't her pillow.
That's right.
It was my pillow. Let's see here. Okay, we did have a question earlier about the difference between the 1932 and the ancient grains. The 1932 flax-free and the ancient grains. Okay. So the ancient grains recipes, most of them, actually all of them, have flax seed in them. Mm-hmm. It's a good source of omega-3s. It's a good source of fat, and honestly, it's just been a good ingredient for us for a long time, and it's a non-GMO, and we like the sourcing on it. The flax-free food, so there are some dogs that are sensitive to flax seed because not every dog can eat every dog food. There's some breeders that prefer to stay away and have like the lowest absolute phytoestrogen count that they can get, and so they go to it. We actually have a lot of dogs that eat our ancient grains, even though it's got the flaxseed, and their litters have been great. Just ask Tiffany Neal. She would be one that could answer that for you. But it's a similar food, so I would say it's in the same product family as the ancient grains. It just doesn't have the flaxseed in it. And yes, there is an issue. The sticker on the bag is wrong. The website is right. The protein fat content on the bag on the sticker is a little bit off.
I'm still reading my Pibble ate the arm off the couch.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay. By the way, they take selfies.
I didn't Google it. I forgot. I forgot to Google it.
What's the best food for a large breed puppy? Times 2. One's a 5-month Anatolian, and the other end is a carrot. How do you say that? Okay. Huh?
Caracocken?
Caracocken, Shepherd mix, and the other is an 8-week-old Anatolian and German Shepherd. I mean, if it's me, I'm going with our Ancient Grains ocean fish and putting probiotics and coconut oil on it. So that MCT oil is awesome for dogs. Great for the brain, helps cognitive function. You could switch back and forth between salmon oil and that. Bone broth is great, and so are the probiotics. There's a long spelled myth about puppy food because, Kay, do they eat different rabbits in the wild when they're puppies or old dogs? They eat the same. They eat the same exact thing. It's all marketing.
Yeah,
all marketing,
absolutely.
all branding. So typically what happens is a lot of pet food companies will make the adult foods cheaper than what they make the puppy foods. So dogs shouldn't get cheaper stuff just because it's a little older.
Mm-hmm.
We are anti-ageism when it comes to dogs. Not Eddie,
I'm getting.
But when it comes to dogs,
I'm getting the senior citizens discount. No, it's the same food.
Yes. Oh, we have puppy people asking the same question. Totally understand. It's a great question. I would ask the same thing too. And I think when the light bulb really went off for me was when we had, was it on or off? Light bulb went off.
It depends.
In my head,
The
on.
light bulb went on. I think
So-
it was on.
It was off for a long time, right?
Right. And then it comes on, right?
Not a lot going on here. But when you buy baby food, it's everything we eat just put in a blender. It's just puree. There's nothing else special to it.
Yeah.
Puppies
And
are
I feed my puppies the same food. They all eat Munster. It doesn't matter if they come home at 8 weeks old or if have a 2-year-old Malinois. It doesn't matter.
Have you ever tried it?
Have I ever actually eaten it?
Yeah.
No.
Well, at my house growing up, my mom said, "You eat what I put out." There's no short order cooks here.
I think you should try it one day. Maybe if we get enough like donations to something or
Hey, I got a question.
what's up?
Where's your brother?
Chad?
Yeah. Doesn't he have something to do today?
Where is he? I don't know. I don't know where he is.
Well, he's got a job to do today, right? We've got a Thank You Thursday.
I think he's riding horses or jeeps today. He is in the mountains taking his
Ooh.
family
Hey,
vacation.
Kay, we usually do a Thank You Thursday for our customers who have auto ships,
Yes.
right? And we pick somebody out of the hat, and then we send them some free stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So maybe you give us some ideas of what some free stuff that we could throw in their order.
Yeah, you get a pick.
This
Oh,
is
okay.
Kim's in Bedford, Texas.
Address is
And
No.
yeah, and our cell phone number is, and every 4 weeks she gets grain-free salmon with bacon fat and salmon protein and a beef liver.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So what do you think we ought to
Did
throw
you
in
just,
her order?
Did you just say your own name?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Let's give her some Heartstrong.
Oh.
And you said she already gets beef liver, because I'm a huge fan of beef liver. Like, everybody needs to have, if they have not tried the beef liver treats, like, you've got to try them. Your dogs are going to go crazy for them.
She does get beef liver,
Okay.
Which happens to be 30% off.
which
There
happens
you
to be 30% off. We could
There
throw
you go.
one if you
There
want.
you go.
You want to just throw one into her?
Yeah, sure. Like, why not?
Who's better than one, right?
Yeah.
2 is better than 1.
Generally.
I mean, usually.
Okay.
When it comes to dog treats, yes.
Yes.
All right. Kim is getting Heartstrong and beef liver thrown into her order.
1 + 1 = 3.
1 + 1
Sure.
= 3.
More better.
Okay. This one goes to 11.
Yes, 11. Okay. Last call for questions with Kay. We'll wait like 2 minutes because sometimes the comments trickle in just a little slower here. And then we have the other special we need to remember, free probiotics with the coupon code Maligator, right?
Yep.
I really recommend you put a probiotic in your food. That should be a standard additive to every bag. Honestly, it should.
100%.
Okay.
And if you don't like the probiotics, we do have, if you don't want to do the probiotics, we do have the digestive topper by Dr. Verweers.
That's
yes.
right.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent too. That's nice. Give them kind of a gravy over their food with that, which is nice. If you have a dog that likes like a softer or wet food, that's good for that too.
Yeah. Do you ever do warm water on the food?
Sometimes, just depends. They don't care. It's more like, you know, if I'm going to give them a special treat, maybe.
Look who's here.
Raul.
You're last.
You are last.
Let's cut the show
We need to end the show.
Oh, no, Samantha's here.
All right, well, we're out.
Raul is a Maligator Mom fan.
Hello, Raul. Thanks for joining us today.
And yep, big fan. Keep doing what you're doing. Yes, don't ever stop, Maligator Mom.
Thank you.
Go to her page, jump on her TikTok, and just go to every video and write happy birthday in the comments. Let's get her engagement up. Let's see, anything else? He's last. We're going to end the show with Raul being last right now. Thank you, everyone. Have an awesome week.
Thanks, Kay.
Thanks so much, guys.